Once again, hi everyone, Robert here, and once again we are talking about Impact Wrestling, doing a Impact Wrestling news roundup and a little bit of a preview that to what is gonna be happening tomorrow at Impact Wrestling. So let's jump right into the news, right? We got the first piece of news. We got Eli Drake. So, according to the great folks at the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the saints running that place, Eli Drake has signed another short-term deal, and that is gonna be running until July 31st. One thing that I also need to note that I need to point out is that NXT, they start their camp around September. So if Eli Drake is gonna join Chip, he may have 1 month that he only will do the indies. So it looks like the stars are not aligning for World Wrestling Entertainment, and that is a good thing for Impact Wrestling. I think they should sign Eli Drake as soon as possible. And by the way, to everybody who's watching me and they are in the chat room, I'm gonna be putting the chat room in a little bit. So let me cover first the news. Second piece of information, this comes to us from Wrestle Inc. Another great people to Impact Wrestling, very very fair, right? They did a interview with Tessa Blanchard, and of course that is something like a telltale sign. Every time someone do an interview with any Impact Wrestling talent, that they must ask the question, when are you jumping ship to the World Wrestling Entertainment? It is like a cult. They want to want everybody to be part of that. It sounds like that. I don't want to imply that those horrible thoughts, right? So she was asked about that, and she said, hey, honestly, I have spoken with people with WWE. I'm still in touch with them. We are on very good terms. I don't get my hopes up or anything. I am really enjoying what I am doing. If you want to read more of the article, I'm gonna be leaving the link in the description box below. But that sounds like her hopes are with World Wrestling Entertainment, and that is one thing that I have been saying to all the people who who wants Tessa Blanchard to be the face of the Knockouts division or something like that. Don't get your hopes up. I don't think she's gonna be there for the long run. She's that is what is called ave de paso. She's just a fly by bird. So she's gonna stay with us for a couple of shows and stuff like that, but then as soon as Uncle Vince want her back, they're gonna get her. Another piece of information is that the Global Wrestling Network just added World Series Wrestling. That is a Australian promotion. That has promotion is quite old. I think they started like 2006, 2005, something on those lines. So you're gonna be able to see even more matches from Mr. TNA, AJ Styles, from Austin Aries, the Young Bucks, and people along those lines. I wanna put something up, and I'm gonna some people might point their finger at me and tell me, hey Robert, you're a hypocrite. And I'm gonna say, yes, I am a hypocrite. So what? There's that is a moral judgment. That doesn't have to do anything with the truth. It is just a difference of opinion, and people do evolve. But you know where this is going? This guy, William Morrissey, better known as Bitcast, was released from World Wrestling and Entertainment on very bad terms. They didn't even write the whole future endeavor, PR stunt that they do. And I'm gonna ask you, the Impact Wrestling fans, and this is just an opinion on the internet. There's nothing so special about that. But would you guys would like to see Big Cass with another gimmick on Impact Wrestling? Out of all of the people, World Wrestling Entertainment has managed to release, this guy would be the only one that I will pick, because Impact Wrestling is lacking big time in the big man department. And there might be a solution in this guy. I would rather have Matt Morgan. Don't get it twisted. Matt Morgan is the best 7 feet tall wrestler in the world, and he's just doing some medical stuff. It is insane. But that's besides the point. This guy, Big Cass, what are you guys think? Are you guys with me, or you think that I am insane for even proposing something that like that? As for his partner Enzo, hell no, this guy's a trouble children, a trouble child. And let's talk about the sad news. Very, oh boy, sad news. So Leon White, you might know him as Big van Vader, just passed away this Monday night. He was diagnosed a heart problem. He even have a open heart surgery, and 2 years ago, and a little bit of a change, he was diagnosed that he was have only 2 years more to live. So it looks like, it looked for a second that he may have beaten death for the time being, but he managed to pass away. He managed to wrestle even until his later years of it. So as for that, I think there was closure when it comes down to him as a performer. But he asked our Wrestling Entertainment for them to induct him into the Hall of Fame while he was alive. But they decided to, deny that opportunity. It is what it is, and you as as a person, you must appreciate what you have. Don't let things for tomorrow. And if you have the chance to do something good, something that a person, it is gonna take it to their the last days in life, you should do it. Not because I believe in a karma or in heaven or anything like that, but it would be a better world if people would do that. So if you want to make the change in the world, it should start by yourself. Therefore, I know Uncle Beans doesn't give a hell about that, but you as the listener, and someone that might enjoy my thoughts on things, I think that might be a valuable lesson that you might need to use in life, and appreciate your life to the fullest, and try to build a better world than yesterday. And if you have the chance to help someone out, do it. Don't be like Uncle Beans. So let me do a transition over here. Let's talk about Impact Wrestling and what's left for this live stream until we see the chat on, right? we got a tag team match that I am looking forward. Pentagon Jr. y El Hijo del Fantasma versus Ohio versus Everything OVE. This looks great for the time being, and one thing that I have noticed is that Impact Wrestling has put different type of main events when it comes down to the different division. Just like 2 weeks ago, they have a main event with the Knockouts. Last week they did it with the X Division. Now they do it with a tag team, keeping things fresh. One of the things that I highly appreciate out of Impact Wrestling, because that makes it a lot easier to cover and talk about. You keep things fresh. Another tag team match. We got the current tag team champions, CNE, DJC, and Andrew Everett versus the Latin American Exchange, LAX, Santana, y Ortiz with Eddie Kingston, aka King, for the Impact Tag Team belts. So, will they be a title change tomorrow night? Be on the lookout, but I'm expecting a good match out of these four guys. They're very good in the ring, and there's a lot of high flying stuff that it is gonna be happening when you put these four people in the same ring. Another match that we are gonna witness today, tomorrow, right? Madison Rayne versus Taya Valkyrie. Let's see where things go. I'm not a fan of Madison Rayne as a babyface, and as some of you may have pointed out in the comment section of last week episode of Impact Wrestling, Taya Valkyrie was not, up to her standard last week, and I gave her a pass because what the hell, she was getting married. The last thing I think she's thinking about is wrestling 100%, and that is understandable. So let's see how these two, do against each other, but my hopes are very low, to be honest. Another important stuff is that we will be shown the press conference. Hopefully they do some good editing about that press conference and they make it exciting. By the way, I like how Moose is trolling Austin Aries. He, changed his profile picture to the face of Austin Aries with his eyes all swollen up. And now he refers as Austin Aries as the 205 Live guy. So that's some quality troll right there. Quality troll by Moose, probably most likely our next world champion. So let me take a look at the chat room, and yeah, I don't think this is working for the time being. So sorry. So by the way, if you get to watch this show on the on the after it happens, right, on the archive, make sure you join me on my next live show, that it is gonna be, as always, every single Wednesday around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It would be, the latest that I go live is around 11 p.m. As for this week episode of Impact Wrestling, I think I might go live once again like last week, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So keep in mind, keep yourself updated if you join me on the Twitter at Wrestling Rubber. And I guess that might be it for me. This was a slow week for the Impact Wrestling news world. So that's it. Goodbye. And I guess 10, 4, listening.